So I mentioned the kind of lower voter turnout. I mean, 2008 was kind of a historic high, and only about half of millennials turn out to vote, 18 to 29-year-olds that year. But that was a historic high for this group. They turn out at levels much less, say, than seniors do. So we asked millennials, like, why is it that more people your age don't vote? And this is what we heard from them. Some of this may sound familiar to some of you. The biggest reason we heard is that people were just apathetic, just uninterested, hadn't really been engaged in the campaign. That's about a quarter of millennials. Right behind that, people cited barriers to voting. They were either too busy in their lives or just found it difficult to vote, whether they mentioned absentee ballots or not knowing how to register, those kinds of things, not knowing if they had the proper ID. And then behind that is that they kind of this feeling that the vote doesn't count or it doesn't really matter. It's not really going to change much. And then the other sort of big swath here is just lazy. So we heard that as a kind of thing too. So this is reasons why millennials themselves give for why millennials really aren't voting. The one thing I'd want to kind of hammer home here is that in other pieces of the survey, you can see this in the larger report of this available on our website, that we asked a whole range of questions about the effectiveness of government, whether government was responsive to people like you, whether the government. One of the most interesting questions we asked actually was, when you think of the government, do you think of the government as the government, or do you think of the government as our government? And we found 9 in 10 millennials said they think of the government as the government, not our government. So this kind of lack of sort of buy-in and ownership among millennials is just really palpable and kind of one of the driving factors I think, of kind of disengagement.